This is your home for the Wildcats. Louisburg Sports Live.
More out of the backfield. Fake the pass. Another draw by Battle, and he's got some big running room and a touchdown. 15-yard scamper from Declan Battle.
Louisburg Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more about fast, reliable service and great customer service at gobrawley.com.
Wildcats with another one. Trying to find the hole. They do. Nice put away there by Kaylee Kilgore.
Ethan Parker from under the basket. What a layup there. Asher sees room, takes the two from the free throw range and gets it there.
2-2 from Declan Battle. Did he go around? He did. Strike three called. Baston Moore runs over a man up the middle and will carry Trevor McGraw into the end zone for another Wildcat touchdown.
It's time for the Wildcats on your home for Louisburg High School Athletics. Louisburg Sports Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Bose Pharmacy. At Bose Pharmacy, you can count on their dependable and reliable pharmacist, Kevin Bose, and his friendly staff, serving Louisburg for more than 10 years. To learn more, visit bosepharmacy.com or call 913-837-3784. That's bosepharmacy.com, the presenting sponsor of Louisburg Sports Live. Tonight's first round of the playoffs, Chanute hosting the Louisburg Wildcats. Chanute comes in at the number 7 seed, Louisburg at the number 10, with a 3-5 record for the Wildcats and 4-4 for the Blue Comets. Looking forward at this match. Should be a pretty good one with the close seeding, but we'll go ahead and send it to our first game in the pregame, or excuse me, first break in the pregame show, and we'll be right back with the actual pregame show.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent TJ Solander in Louisburg at 913-837-3237.
Bose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true hometown pharmacy. Pharmacist Kevin Vose and his team are proud to be part of the Louisburg community, and your health is their top priority. And now with Test to Treat, Vose can provide strep and flu testing and treatment all in one by appointment. Vose continues to be your stop for everyday health essentials and all of your prescription needs. Bose Pharmacy, Louisburg's pharmacy, and proud to support the Wildcats. Call 913-533-7575 or visit bosepharmacy.com.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Maximize your athletic potential with Louisburg Chiropractic. Athletes of all ages and skill levels can improve with the help of Dr. Jake Polzin at Louisburg Chiropractic Center. Shorter recovery times, increased range of motion, and flexibility are just a few of the benefits. Everyone can benefit from chiropractic care, from the pros to gym rats, rec golfers to high school athletes. Let Louisburg Chiropractic Center improve your performance. Call now, 913-837-2910.
Welcome to the pregame show here on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Farm Bureau financial agent TJ Solander. TJ's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 106 West Amity Street or call 913-837-3237. That's TJ Solander, sponsor of today's Louisburg Sports Live pregame show. As we look at last week for these two teams, both of them carrying an L on their shoulders, Louisburg traveled to Spring Hill and had a tough loss. 49-7 was the final score, totaling 156 yards, 133 of them being rushing and 23 pass. Chanute, on the other hand, took the L at Labette County, 35-14. Not one that they were looking to lose going into that matchup, but closed out their season even as they were looking to go 5-3, and those games at the end of the regular season carry a lot of implication in seeding and how these teams decide who plays who. As we can see, Louisburg, had they won that game, maybe have played a more favorable opponent than Chanute. Chanute, had they won their last game, play a more favorable opponent than Louisburg, who hasn't had, the record doesn't really show the skill, in my opinion, of this team. As it's really just been some big mistakes across the board on those losses that have cost them maybe one or two drives, and they just haven't been able to catch back up to the opposing team on those drives. As we look at yard totals, though, still, like I was saying, keeping up with their opponents, 1351 rush and 691 pass. That's 168.9 average rushing yards a game and 86.4 passing yards a game for Louisburg, which should be more than enough to get you 21, 28 points on the board each and every game. Except as we see, looking back on last week's game, they were well short of those averages that you would like to hit. And really what we've seen is when the passing attack comes alive for Louisburg, it starts to breed a lot more success. So we'd like to see a little bit more of the passing attack come alive. 23 pass yards, it's just not going to get it done. On the other side, though, for opponents for Louisburg, they've been giving up 1,683 rushing yards, 941 pass yards. That's an average of 210.4 rush yards and 117.6 passing yards. And when you look at that number, 210 to 168, when you're talking about opponents to the Wildcats, that's kind of where the gap comes in. You'd like that to be a little bit closer, maybe 20 or 30, if you're really looking at it in that spectrum. And then on the passing game, you've only got a difference of about 30 yards, which isn't too crazy, but as we've seen throughout these games, we've only really seen two teams really pound down on the passing attack. First one being Tonganoxie, that was the season opener, and then the second one being at home, I believe, against, let me check that schedule actually, because I can't quite remember exactly who it was. It was that first home game in the stretch of 3. But regardless, Louisburg's only seen two teams that have really attacked the pass this year. Saw a little bit of it against Spring Hill. But that was Ottawa that opened up the passing game against Louisburg, and they ended up taking the victory there against the team that was 4-2 going into that matchup, and they were 2-4. So kind of flipping the records there for both of those teams, and ended up taking a very valuable win. Going into the postseason, 2-6 can be a little bit tougher, but 3-5 looks a little bit cleaner. You have a little bit of hope going into this. Morale certainly higher than only a 2-win season over two teams that you really should have beaten. That would have been Bonner Springs and Wichita West, who they ended up dominating this season. We're going to go ahead and take one more break here, and we'll be right back with the national anthem and the rest of the pregame show on Louisburg Sports Live, brought to you by Vose Pharmacy.
The Vose Real Estate Group at Keller Williams would like to wish all of our sporting teams success this season. If you're looking for real estate, feel free to contact us. If you're looking for buyer needs or seller needs, we're more than happy to help you with any of your transactions. Feel free to give us a call, 913-963-4076, or you can email us at dougbose@kw.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and go Cats.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your firsts. First checking or savings account, first loan, first business groundbreaking, or your first home. A variety of banking services, expert guidance, and an emphasis on putting you first. First National Bank in Louisburg, 1201 West Amity, 913-837-5191. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We're going to go ahead and step aside in a moment for the national anthem. But before that, go ahead and talk about some of the players to watch for Louisburg. Obviously, I think one of the big ones, Max Amron, his primary connection has been John Getterman. Getterman has been one to receive jet sweeps, touch passes, and the occasional slant or deep ball. So keeping an eye on him tonight, as well as Blaze Vose on the offensive side. Vose, he's going to be a huge asset to this team. He has been in the wins that Louisburg has put together this season. So looking to get him going tonight. On the defensive side, a big name that used to be in the backfield of this Wildcat squad, but now really becoming a superstar on defense, has been Bryce Thompson. I mean, I've called his name quite a few times. He's gotten into the backfield as a linebacker. He's been playing just some outstanding defense over the as at the linebacker position. And then at defensive back, Gage Feldkamp He's been really, really good at locking down receiver ones, primary targets for a lot of these teams, and limiting that passing attack as much as this team possibly can. And that's been a huge, those 2 players, those 4 players actually have made a huge difference in games. Getterman's been broken off for some big scoring plays, as well as Vose. Feldkamp has broken up quite a few big passes, and Thompson's gotten in the backfield on some big plays that could have developed into something a lot more dangerous. We'll go ahead and step aside for the national anthem. I say that. Cool ambient lighting. I believe they're playing their alma mater right now, so we'll go ahead and step into some keys to the game. First off, for your Louisburg Wildcats, first note, I said it earlier, getting Vose going is going to be a huge point of emphasis. Just being able to get him to break off some big plays, make some scoring drives, and turn some really long second downs into some really short or manageable thirds. I think that's really key. Those second down plays have been beating up Louisburg. You don't want to put yourself in a third and long situation, especially early on in the drive. Just making sure you create third and manageables going to be very, very valuable to this team tonight. Limiting penalties. We did see not that many penalties last week, as well as no forced turnovers by the Wildcats. So limiting those and limiting turnovers has been a huge benefit and brought them into some of the games. As we step aside for the national anthem now, and we'll be right back with the keys to the game.
At this time, we ask that you remain standing as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem by the Blue Pride Marching Band, conducted by Dr. A.J. Pugh.
Fireworks to start this game off, as we're just a couple minutes out from the coin toss as well as kickoff. But we'll go ahead and finish out with these keys to the game. The last one I had for Louisburg, following getting those going and limiting penalties, is good punts. Last week, punts were pretty punishing, giving really good field position to Spring Hill. So we'd like to see those get out across the 50, maybe even put them inside of their own 40 would be ideal. 60-plus yards makes it a little bit easier. A 3 and out is doable to keep that team on their side of the field. Gives the defense just a little bit more confidence going into that drive and defending that drive going forward. For Chanute, piece of the game that I've got for them, creating opportunity is going to be a big point of emphasis. opportunity, whether that's just giving yourself good field position on a punt or kickoff return, whether that's forcing turnovers, whether that's forcing penalties, whatever it is, create opportunity for your offense as a defense, I think, or special teams. That's kind of how that situation works out, and just giving that offense the best possible chance that you can to succeed. Spacing out the defense while you're on offense, you saw a lot of teams run kind of a spread offense, and that seemed to work the best against Louisburg. The man-to-man coverage is pretty effective. We don't see the pass game work as well, but the run game, it opens it up. The linebackers have to spread out just a little bit. You don't have defensive backs crawling into the backfield, so spacing out the defense might be a good asset to keep an eye on for Chanute, and then striking early. We've said it all season, but getting out front early for either of these teams is going to be a huge benefit. Going into half with a lead and then being able to go into that locker room, say, hey, we're doing well, let's repeat exactly what we did and not have to change anything up. Walking out for captains, looks like we've got from left to right, Brady Alonzo, 77, lineman, number 19, Kemper Manley, the senior. Number 22, Asher Love, the senior. And number 25, Jacob Thompson, the senior. Brady Alonso, also a senior. And the usual, it looks like out there for Louisburg, Ricky Giles, Max Ammer, Michael Foote, and Johnny Hendrickson. Foote is on crutches, the only one not dressed out. Giles has kind of been in and out this season. Occasionally see him in the t-shirt with no helmet, but capable. Also, quite a few times seen him fully dressed out. So glad to see him in what looks to be good health. And he's a very valuable asset at the receiver position, laying down some good blocks and also just using his legs. And as well as he was a returner there for quite a while. We'll see if he gets slotted in there, being that he was kind of in and out of the lineup. I think they're really sticking to Matthias Wright as well as Cole Heinrich. Actually, no, I don't think it was Giles, the returner. I think it was Soto. Martin Soto was the returner that hasn't been back yet, but we do see him over there on the sideline, so good to see that Martin Soto is back in good health. I believe he was active last week as well, just not as a returner, and he might be that questionable on the special teams that I was talking about just a moment ago. So it looks like the Comets are going to be kicking off to the Wildcats as we get just moments from the beginning of this matchup. And this is the one that matters. All the games up until this point really just kind of a boost in your ego. These are the games that when it comes down to it, every team's got the equal chance to make a run in the playoffs and make something special happen. We've seen Cinderella stories before, and we certainly could see one this year as well. Both of these teams very, very good, and good enough to make a deep run into the playoffs, and good enough to beat each other. So I think this is really anybody's game stepping into this matchup, and Blue Comets will get to send it away first, and Louisburg gets the opportunity, if you want to state it that way, to strike first. 12 on the clock as the opening kickoff sponsor is brought to you by Louisburg Athletic Club. The Louisburg Athletic Club has got you covered. No more excuses. Gym access 24/7 for all members, including use of locker rooms and sauna. Group fitness classes are included. The LD Shake and Smoothie Bar, tanning and massage therapy are all open to the public. Join us every Tuesday for half-price shakes from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and half-price tans every Thursday. Louisburg Athletic Club, the sponsor of the opening kickoff. As we get set for the action, ready to send it away is number 30, Sam Wheeler, as he boots this one to about the 31-32 yard line, and that is where Louisburg will start their drive. Max Amert and company taking the field. We've seen a lot of mixture in the first drives. We've seen some lengthy ones come up short on a fourth down. We've seen some lengthy ones end up in the end zone. We've seen some quick ones end up in a fourth down punt, and we've seen some quick ones in the end zone as well. So looking to see what the motivation is here tonight. Bose gets the first call, tries to break up the field, and he will be brought down just behind the line of scrimmage at the 32. They'll mark him about a half-yard back, and already looks like an injured Wildcats. Cramps have been the deal as of late, but this early in a game is about some more concern. He is holding the leg. I won't speculate too much though on this. As we one play in, no gain on that last one. Vose, the primary carry this season. He's been that primary back. We've seen Tate McGreer come into the backfield occasionally as well as of late, as we see the Wildcat Johnny Hendrickson get to his feet. Starting O-lineman, he's been a star as well. Was on the opposite side of that play. Didn't quite see exactly how that unfolded, but hoping to see him back at least later on in this game. Like I was saying, for Vose, he's done a great job keeping his spot in the backfield, as well as just being able to dominate some of these defenses, finding some gaps. And he isn't really that big, but he makes himself really big on the ground. I mean, he really chops the feet, gives off some stiff arms as well. He gets the call once again. This time they're making it about half-yard if needed. And this is going to be another third down and 10. Line to gain, set at the 42 on the Louisburg side of the ball as Ameren comes back out with the play call, probably looking to open up the pass game early. Here, just not making that mistake of putting it in the defense's hands. We've seen a little bit this season. Likes to roll to that left side, go across body, interestingly enough. Like to see him roll out to the right more often, but see what they go for here. Roll out to the right for Ameren. Pass is complete to Thompson as he makes his way upfield. Gets the first down and about a dozen yards on that reception. Big time play by Thompson, who carries it out to about the 44. It'll be a new set of downs here for Louisburg. Ameren making the nice call, and then Thompson with the gap. Basically, all of those yards came after the catch. As Thompson caught that maybe a yard or so past the line of scrimmage, if that. Finds the open flat. Good job by the other receivers pulling the safeties. Getterman gets the ball this time on the screen pass. Will be scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Brought down in the open field by Blue Comets.
Basically didn't move an inch there on that play. Really just kind of broken blocks. As you saw two receivers upfield, I didn't get the names on those. I believe it was probably Giles, and looks to be out there right now is Eastland. Giles definitely was one of them, and they just did not get those blocks down in time, as you can't make contact before the ball reaches the receiver, but man, it was just a little bit too slow developing. Here's a little jet sweep, given off to the right. Making his way up the field is Feldkamp, who we talked about being an offensive star, and he's going to pick up 6 yards. On the end around. Ameren fakes the scramble out to the left. Everybody shifted that direction for Chanute. And that left that entire right side open. Feldkamp gets on his wheels. Finds open space. Third down and 4. Makes it very manageable as opposed to a 3rd and 10. Which they dealt with on the last set of downs, but you'd like to see a little more limit on these 3rd down conversions. Bose tries to carry it up the middle. Will get brought down at about the 50-yard line where the ball started, maybe about half a yard in advance.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they're going to bring out the punt team.
Long 4 to 5.
Interestingly enough. Tough situation here on the 50. You're about 5 yards from being in that 4-down territory and just couldn't quite pick up the necessary yardage to feel comfortable in going for that play. As Bose sends this one deep, it'll check up as it trickles into the 20, into the 15, all the way down to the 11, and stops at the 10. Great punt by Blaze Bose.
About 40 yards on the punt.
Chanute will be pinned deep in their own territory. Starting on their 10-yard line. Great awareness by the Louisburg Gunners as well as they ran down the sideline, tried to find the ball. They found it just in time and just watched that one trickle. Kept a close eye on it, as you should. That's your one job as a gunner, just getting down there, making sure that the returner doesn't have time and space, as well as getting the ball down at the right time, making sure that it doesn't check up in the opposite direction. Heading out onto the field, the quarterback, Chris Harding. And company for Chanute. A really wide set here as you've got a receiver out past the numbers on his right side. Fakes the handoff, goes with his own legs, trudges his way forward, and will be brought down for a gain of about 5.
Here comes Chris Harding on the carry. That's going to be a gain of about 5 to 6 on the play.
Chris Harding, the second senior, standing 6'1", 202 at quarterback. That's a pretty sizable guy in the backfield and certainly going to be a threat when it comes to running. He's not going to be an easy one to bring down. Joining him in the backfield looks like in the 20s, probably Asher Love. Didn't quite catch that second number, but he is listed as a senior running back as he goes forward. Gets the call for his number, and he'll pick up about 3 or 4 on the play. 3rd down and manageable here for the Blue Comets.
This on the pass for Love on the carry.
It was actually Love. 22. Declan Moore, as well as Blake Cummings, take the field as receivers. Harding drops back to pass, complete out to his right, and they will be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
1
So now here's Harding under center, 4th and short. And they will pick it up. 1st down, Chanute on the 3-yard carry. .5:57 on the clock as these two drives working for 1st downs for both of these teams. The defense is putting up stands, and that's what you like to see for both of these squads. For the offense, you just need one breakout play, get you across the 50, and you'll be sitting pretty. Harding takes off, up the middle, picks up 10 and make it 13 on the play as he makes his way all the way across the 35 and will be parked up at the 36. for Chanute. Harding in the gun now. They are 5 plays into this drive. Harding will fake the handoff, go to his left, juke his way back up the middle, and will profit quite a few yards on that. Looks like he'll pick up 2. The far judge had him at 3. I thought there was probably no way he got that far, but was able to pick up 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 now, coming up for the Blue Comets. Harding has a couple of completions under his belt already, or 1 completion, excuse me, for a yard. 2nd and 8, looking to his left, fires, and it's broken up. Incomplete. Oh, I didn't quite catch the number. Cole Heinrich was there as well as John Getterman. I believe it was Heinrich in on the play that really made the tackle and broke that play up. Great job by the defense, forcing the incompletion, and now a 3rd and long. It's really risky for these run-first teams when they get faced with kind of a second and a little more than you like. You can't run, you feel like, maybe we should try and pass, pick up 3 or 4 here, and then it comes down incomplete. Now you've got a 3rd and long situation when you were banking on that big completion. Harding drops back to pass, finds a man over the middle, and he drops it. Would have been good for a 1st down, but coming in hot was Max Amron from the strong safety position. I don't know if he would have been good for the 1st down. He would have been close, though. Would have only had to move about half a yard in advance, but now a 4th and 8 on the dropped pass. Certainly punting position now for the Blue Comets. And almost a blocked punt. Bo Small was the punter, running back linebacker listed as a sophomore. And that one trickles out of bounds just across the 50. They'll mark it at the 43. So not much lost here for this Louisburg team, as a full, looks to be 20 or so yards was picked up by Chanute. And they only lost about 7 on the punt-to-punt transaction. Obviously not exactly how they're looking at it, but certainly a big opportunity here for the offense, starting across their own 40. Here's Amron out to his right. Speedy as he gets around the edge. Tries to make it past another inside of the 20. And inside of the 15, brought down at the 11-yard line. What a carry by Max Amron. But there is a flag all the way back at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to get him for a holding. Talked about it in the pregame, limiting penalties on those big explosive plays. And we've got a Blue Comet down across the way. Slow to get up as they walk this one all the way back. Fortunately, the holding was spotted quite a ways past the line of scrimmage. It looks like 5 or 6 yards. So they'll only be backed up about 4. It'll be 1st and what looks to be 14, maybe 15. As the trainers go to attend to the injured Blue Comet. That was Briar Alonso who was slow to get up. So Alonso makes his way across the field as the trainers still haven't gotten Alonso off the field yet. They're still walking across at the 20. Lots of commotion coming from this Chanute side. Fans showing some displeasure in start of play as Getterman gets the call out to the right, inside of the sticks, and gets pushed out at about the 47. Makes it second and more than workable for about 6 yards. 9-yard carry from Getterman, as I don't know if that left Amron's hand on the touch pass. We have seen that throughout this season quite a few times. Touch pass going to Getterman as he kind of comes rolling across on the motion. Seems to be a pretty successful play in the book for this Wildcats team as Amron is in the gun. Out to his left, speed option, flips it to Vose. Vose tries to get around, hurdles a man, and gets past the 50. Brings up 3rd and 3. Give him 3 yards on the carry, as Louisburg will be faced with a very manageable 3rd down just across the 50. We saw 3rd and 4. This one's about 3rd and 2 now. They gave him 4 yards on that rush. But like I was saying, we saw 3rd and 4, or 4th and 4, ended up in a punt. 4th and 2, if we end up seeing a stop here, might be a different story as Amron books it to his left. Barely gets to the 50. And is brought down there on the spot. A loss of 1 on the carry. And they will send the punt team out. Another tough situation where you're close to that 1st down marker, and maybe if they would have picked up 1 yard even, or even gotten back to the line of scrimmage, put yourself in a situation where you feel comfortable going for it, and maybe even passing on that 3rd down could be the solution. But regardless, we've seen it twice now at the same spot, punting from the 50, as this one will be almost as successful, as it's about 5 yards off the mark from where Chanute started last time. They'll start from the 16 now. Still not a stoppage in this game for a score or a timeout. 1:15 left in the 1st, and we haven't even reached a stopping point yet. Something you don't see a lot of. Harding, shotgun formation as he will hand it off to Loving. Or Love, excuse me. Asher Love makes it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up. And this run game has just been a little bit slow here for Chanute. They certainly look like a run-first team throughout their first drive, carrying 5 times and passing 3. And only 1 yard coming from the pass. Rest coming from the rush, as this one will be passed out to the right. A little bit of a bump there as Soto was in on the coverage, but it falls incomplete on 2nd and 10. And now we'll see what the play call is here on 3rd and 10. Seen this a lot out of Chanute. 2nd down and long is pass from what it seems like for this squad. Coach Cleet Frazel likes to take to the air early in the downs. So he's got a wide out to his left, ISO, and trips on the right. Amron's going to shade to the right, or pretty much to the middle as Harding takes the snap. Looking deep, has plenty of time. Will move to his right, fires across the body, and it's just over his receiver, who couldn't get under it. An unfortunate turn of events. He was wide open, didn't have a defender within 5 yards. Jordan Patterson looked to be the intended target and was standing still in the open field, about 15 yards downfield. 4th and 10 now, as Small looks to boot this one away. Almost got blocked on the last one. And this one looks like it'll barely make it to the 50 if it does, and that'll be picked up by Heinrich. He'll fall on it and keep it at the 48. Good awareness by Heinrich, willing to take a hit if it came down to it, and puts his team about 10 yards ahead of schedule from last drive. Starting on the opposing 48-yard line with 15 seconds remaining in the first. 1st and 10. Line to gain the 38 on the Chanute side. Getterman gets the touch pass out to the right side. Flag comes in as Getterman makes his way upfield for 8 yards. This one's probably coming back. They will get him for holding. They'll get him for holding 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And that'll back him up all the way to the 40. So minus 12 on the hold. And way behind schedule now for the Wildcats. A punishing blow on the penalty. Total transaction of 20 yards difference from the carry to the penalty mark. Trips on his left for Amron. Empty backfield as he motions a man across. No, it'll be Heinrich out to his right. Tries to take off and makes his way upfield for about 5 or 6 yards. And that will wrap up the first quarter. Zeros on the board for both of these teams as it's been a heavy defensive battle. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with the second quarter of action.
Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, HERS is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Back on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vos Pharmacy, here for the second quarter. 12 minutes on the board until half. Both teams scoreless and lots of really short drives, as we saw Chanute go 3 and out on their last. Louisburg not looking too great on this drive as they're faced with a 2nd and 15 after the 7-yard carry, or no, 2nd and 16. So 6-yard carry from Cole Heinrich as Amron gets back under center, fakes the flip, and will roll out to his left. Passes to Vose. Vose across the 50, 45. Another flag comes in as Vose comes up a yard short of the line to gain. And this one's probably coming back as well. See what the call is. Huh? And they pick up the flag. 3rd and 2 now. Big sigh of relief falls over the Louisburg crowd after the 14-yard carry. Brings up 3rd and 2 now. Much more manageable here after the reception from Vose. And now Hammerin back in the gun. Vose in the backfield right behind him. Twins on the left and an ISO receiver on the right. They'll go up the middle with Vose as he trudges his way forward for a first down. 4-yard carry from Blaze Vose. And now getting into that enemy territory here for Louisburg. You're on the 36. You can see the blue in zone from where you stand. And it's a big benefit. When you can see it, when you can see where you need to get, it makes that field look so much shorter to the offense. You're now in the downhill phase. You were kind of in it whenever you got just across the 50, but now really much so as you've got a new set of downs and just kind of some new life. Getterman breaks a tackle, makes his way upfield. Good for a first, and inside of the 20, another flag. Field riddled with mustard right now. We've already seen quite a few penalties, all of which going against Louisburg. See what the call here is. And they just said flag, so I have no clue. I don't know what the call was. Probably holding or blocking the back. I really don't know. I didn't even see what that could have been. But backs him up 2 yards since it was about 13 yards downfield. Here goes Ameren out to his right. And he breaks free. Green in front of him and into the blue. Touchdown, Louisburg. Max Ameren punches in for 6. And Louisburg breaks the ice. A scoring drought brought to an end at 10:42 in the second. And Vose for the PAT. Yes, sir. Good for 7. Louisburg scores first. Chanute looking to strike back as they will receive their first kickoff of the day. And we will take a break here on Louisburg Sports Live, brought to you by Vose Pharmacy.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime
38-yard rushing touchdown from Max Ameren will give Louisburg a lead here in the second quarter, and now looking really positive, as we've seen first quarter has really been the kryptonite for this Louisburg team. And a big-time tackle. See who was on that connection. That was Aiden Spradling, bringing the Blue Comet player out of bounds at the 19-yard line. He looks to be rattled, as he'll be slow to get up. Seen quite a few penalties, quite a few injuries on the field so far today. One Wildcat, 2 Blue Comets have gone down for an extensive period, as well as quite a few penalties called against the Wildcats, 2 of which just on the last drive, and they ended up punching in regardless. 1 on the drive prior, and then no calls on the first. Here's Harding handing it off up the middle, as it'll be Love on the carry. Pushes his way forward for what looks to be 3 or 4 yards. Whistle comes in kind of late, not to be too critical on the officiating. Looks like they'll give him 4 on the play, so 2nd and 6 coming up. Harding's been more than okay on the run game. Passing has really been the kryptonite. Had 2 incompletions on both of the last 2 drives. That ended up being the end of those. So like to see him keep it on the ground as much as possible, as they only pick up 1 yard there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5, and now you face yourself with a passing situation. I think one of the big things that this Chanute offense is missing is that outside run. We've seen him go inside just about every single time, A or B gap. I'd like to see him try to hit the C, try to get on a toss, maybe a speed option. You've got a quarterback that has legs in Harding. I just don't know why it's not being used. Regardless, though, big contain here from the defensive line of Louisburg, as they've been able to keep everything to that inside. Harding drops back to pass, pump fake, fires to his right, looking deep. Heinrich breaks it up. Everybody looking for a flag. That was phenomenal defense. Heinrich got his head around, got that left hand up, batted the ball down, kept his hand just on the receiver to make sure he had his location. I mean, you really, that's exactly what you teach a great defensive back in football. I think the contact is what makes people want the flag call there, but really, I'm going to tell you how it is, and that was just phenomenal defense by Cole Heinrich. And this punt, oof, makes its way out of bounds, way short. Looks like it went out at the 35 where they'll mark it, and that's going to give Louisburg really favorable field position. Chanute, some not so great punts so far today. The first one being the best. Got them to start on their own 43, the Wildcats that is. And then ever since then, the Wildcats have gotten to start their drives in opposing territory. This time on the opposing 39. Amron drops back to pass. He'll get wrapped up in the backfield. And it's going to be a loss of over 10, and looks like 10 on the wrap-up. Starting on the 39, and now backed up to the 49, almost to the 50 here for Louisburg. What you like here is just kind of an extensive drive. If anything, now that you're so far backed up, you want to be able to chew that clock down maybe pick up the first, get a couple of extra plays, leave very limited time here for Chanute. Amron rolls to his left, fires, it's complete. Back inside of the 40-yard line. On the reception is Eli Roth. First time we've called his name tonight. They're actually going to mark him short of the 40. So only 9 yards on the reception. Third and 11, or third and about 11 and a half here for Louisburg. As Amron will go in the gun, trips to his right, and Blaze Vose in the backfield joining him. As he drops back, looking to his right, flees the pursuers, fires up in the air, it's caught. Eastland, Braxton Eastland will be good on the reception. And they'll mark him down just across the 40-yard line. Big time play for Eastland. As that one was just kind of floating up into coverage. Could have gotten real dicey there. 4 down territory, though, with 4th and 10 coming up. Amron had to escape some quick blitzing from the linebackers of Chanute. And now they'll flip it. Trips on the left this time. As that'll be the direction Amron more than likely rolls out to. Inside of 6:30 now for Louisburg, and we've got a flag on the play. They're going to point to Louisburg, and this may switch things up. -5 yards on the false start, and it does indeed switch things up. 4th and 15. Not a position you want to be in, and you're well inside of 4 down territory, but you got to make it a little more manageable than that, and that false start is what did it in. Vose back to punt, receives it, good snap, and a well-executed kick as this one trickles inside of the 5, trying to keep it alive. They do not. It'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. Only be a net of about 25 yards on the punt. As we get inside of 6:10 at 6:08 remaining on the clock. Chanute will start on their 20-yard line. 6 minutes plenty of time here for this offense if they're looking to drive down, but haven't been able to get out of the slump ever since that first drive. First drive has been the longest for both of these teams. 6 plays, including the punt, 7 for Louisburg. And then 9 plays, excuse me, for Chanute on their first drive. As they try to carry it up the middle, he'll be shut down at the line of scrimmage. That was Harding on the carry from the direct snap. Looking a little bit slow coming out of that backfield. He started to move, and maybe he was just trying to scan the defense, but just did not get on his horse. Not a lot of acceleration coming out of the quarterback. When you're direct snapping it, that's what you want. He's got to be explosive out of the backfield. Brings up 2nd and 10. Soto press coverage. You've got an open receiver on his right. They do not go to it, as they'll carry it up the middle. Love on the carry. We'll pick up about 4 or 5. Kind of a scary situation. You had twins out on the left side of Harding, and a press coverage defensive back in Soto on the wideout, the slot receiver uncovered. You had Thompson playing about 3 or 4 yards inside, but I don't know. I wouldn't match up that linebacker in zone coverage with no safety help either. That just looked really scary for Louisburg there for a couple of moments, and Chanute luckily didn't catch on to it. Wasn't able to capitalize. Here's Harding passing. Looking to his left, incomplete. And that'll bring up another 4th down here for the Blue Comets, and punt team will take the field. Incompletions. Saw the passing game 1 for 1 on the first set of downs, and ever since then haven't seen a single completion out of this Chanute team. One for 7 on passing attempts for Chris Harding, as they punt this one all the way down to the 40. Much better punt there for Chanute. So Louisburg will start on their 40 with 4:13 remaining in this half. Only one score between both of these teams. Louisburg was able to put it up on an explosive run from Max Ameren. Ameren's also done a phenomenal job on the passing game. I believe he's yet to throw an incompletion. We'll double check that here in a minute. Vose out to his right, gets the carry, pushing his way forward, lowering himself, and all the way to the 44. 4-yard carry for Blaze Vose. Love the effort out of that primary back. Vose right now is a senior, so they're going to be missing him next year, but he has been an explosive running back for this Louisburg squad. And you just love to see the effort that he runs the ball with, always chopping his feet, keeping himself at a low stature, and just really picking up every single yard that he possibly can. They actually back him up half a yard or so. Don't know how that happened. Ameren takes a snap under center and flips it out to the left for Vose. Vose gets into the secondary, has one man to beat, and catches the block from Eastland inside the 5 and reaches in. Touchdown, Louisburg. For the second time tonight, a rushing touchdown all the way from the opposite side of the 50. (13-0). As Vose looks to make it 7, and he will. 14-0 as Louisburg starts to get things going on offense here in the second. We'll take a break and be right back on Louisburg Sports Live, brought to you by Vose Pharmacy.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
After the 56-yard carry, 2 plays for 60 yards, on that scoring drive. Blaze Vose sends it away. A little bit of a squib. This one trickles down the left sideline and will be forced to pick up inside of the 10. The return man thought it was going out of bounds, scrambles his way around and is brought down inside of the 10-yard line of Chanute. Blue Comets continue to put themselves in unfortunate situations Looks like they're going to start on the 7-yard line. Fortunately for the Blue Comets, they will be receiving the kick at half. So if they are able to go down, score here, put up 7 on the board, and then get that kick at half, they could easily bring themselves back into this ball game. They're not out of it by any means, which means Louisburg really needs to get some grit together and shut down this drive. And once again, we got a shift there. Heinrich will take the slot receiver. Looks like he may have gone uncovered again, but this time they'll hand it off to Love. Up the middle, and he will go virtually nowhere. I'll actually give him 2 on the play. From my perspective, it didn't look like much. Not much when you've got less than 3 minutes left on the clock. You're going to need just a little bit of a higher pace on the play calls. But when you're 1 for 7 on passing, tough to call that pass play. You know, when you're in that 2-minute drill, haven't seen really any movement from both sides of the ball here for Chanute. So I feel like even if you're not doing well on passing, you got to take those chances. And here we see one. Harding rolls to his left, finds time, will roll out back to his right, wrapped up across the 10, and brought down at the 13-yard line. Clock ticks inside of 2 minutes. As they'll give him a 3rd and about 3 or 4. So 4 yards on the carry from Harding. 3rd and 4 coming up for Chanute. Another big opportunity for Louisburg. If they're able to force a punt out of Chanute here, I mean, you convert on this 3rd down, call a timeout. 4th down, force the punt. That could be really big. Heinrich, once again, covering that slot receiver as Harding takes off up the middle and will get shut down short of the line to gain by about 2 yards. So only 2 yards on the carry. And Louisburg does, in fact, call a timeout as we come down the stretch. I'll be interested to see if they leave the offense on here. I feel like you've got to go punt team if you're Chanute. You cannot go down by 3 scores. You give the ball back on the 15-yard line, you're almost guaranteed a touchdown from Louisburg, or at least a field goal. You go down by 3 possessions pretty much regardless of how this series plays out. And that puts it in real tough position for Chanute to come back and reel this game back within reach. Got to send this one away. Put together some good defensive schemes. Keep everything short. Force the timeouts out of Louisburg's pocket and then let the clock run. Chanute coming off of a loss last week against Labette County.
Also got to give a press box shout out. Bring the Steer King bomb in the air from Papa D. We love
you. 1:04 on the clock. As they will leave the offense on. Here's Harding. 4th and 2. As he'll just do a pooch punt. This one goes sky high. No returner back, and it takes a bad kick for Chanute. This one's going to be inside of the 35. And very workable distance for the Wildcats. Looks like they'll mark it at the 33-yard line. And now a chance to go up by 3 possessions here for Louisburg. Two timeouts in their pockets. Up by 14. And 33 yards from the end zone. Amron fakes the handoff, takes off up to the right. He loses the ball, and Chanute falls on it. The one mistake you couldn't make. And that's going to turn it back over to the Blue Comets and give them some new life here with 51 seconds. And a big momentum shift as a Chanute Blue Comet goes down. Looks like they'll mark it. They haven't marked the ball spot yet. No, they have. Looks like about the 32 or 33, maybe about a yard in advance for the Blue Comets. Or a yard in advance for Louisburg, and the Blue Comets starting on the 33. But a big mistake by Louisburg. If there was a time to make it, if you could really pick and choose, it would be then. You know, not too bad of a time to fumble. You would have liked to be able to carry it inside, maybe chew a little bit more clock off. You know, 3 timeouts, 51 seconds. That's ample time for really anybody to be able to drive down the field. If Harding's able to put together a couple of nice passes and the yak comes together here for the receivers, Chanute could very well put themselves in scoring position. Even if it's a field goal, I would say that's a win for Chanute coming off the field going in half. Got to put points on the board. For Louisburg, though, now defense got to step back on after doing a great job shutting down the offense on a 3-and-out, backed up deep in their own territory. 51 seconds, it's crunch time for them. Harding drops back to pass and will take off up the middle. Moves his feet across the 40, gets into the secondary. Tugged on his jersey and down across the 50, inside of the 45 at the 44. Big time carry for 22 yards. Harding drops back to pass, fires to his left. It is broken up by Martin Soto. Big time deflection from the defensive back. Intended target was Blake Cummings. 29 seconds left on the clock. That would have been a huge completion for Chanute as well, inside of the 30 at the 25. Surprised they didn't call a timeout. I mean, you've got 3 of them. I guess you could run the ball here. You know, you save one for a sack maybe, or, you know, QB scramble. 3 timeouts, that's a lot. Could have saved a couple of seconds on the clock had you called one earlier, though. Harding rolls to his right, fires, completes, and brought down inside of the out of bounds, the sideline. 2 flags on the play as we go down inside of 19 seconds. See what the flag call here is. I believe this one is going to come back. It's about 1 or 2 yards. Yep. Ineligible man downfield. So backs him up 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 15 now as you've drained 10 seconds off the clock. Now you really should have called that timeout after the QB scramble. And he's brought down in bounds. They're not going to call a timeout here. Wow. Very surprising out of the blue Comets as they're just going to open up the skies here. Harding breaks a tackle. The ball's loose. And Louisburg falls on it, but zeros on the clock will end the half. They'll force the turnover. Good on the stat sheet. As a fumble, loss, and recovery for Louisburg. And they'll head into half. 14-0 is the score. Your Wildcats leading as we head into the third quarter. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back for the halftime show. Stay tuned.
Vose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true hometown pharmacy. Pharmacist Kevin Vose and his team are proud to be part of the Louisburg community, and your health is their top priority. And now with Test to Treat, Vose can provide strep and flu testing and treatment all in one by appointment. Vose continues to be your stop for everyday health essentials and all of your prescription needs. Vose Pharmacy, Louisburg's pharmacy, and proud to support the Wildcats. Call 913-533-7575 or visit vosepharmacy.com.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Hey, call insurance agent.
Insurance agent not found in contact.
Call insurance company.
Insurance company is currently closed. Please call back during business hours. For directions, press 1. For billing, press 2.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Don't worry, we're going to get this taken care of.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent TJ Solander in Louisburg at 913-837-3237.
Explore, imagine, and connect at the Louisburg Library in downtown Louisburg. Serving the community since 1968, the Louisburg Library has everything you're looking for. Whether you're into bestsellers, mystery, sci-fi, action, romance, or graphic novels, there's a story for everyone. Take advantage of their programs for kids and adults like book boxes, book clubs, winter read, summer bash, computer coding camps, and so much more. Stop by and meet their friendly staff 7 days a week and learn more at louisburglibrary.org.
Back for the Louisburg Sports Live halftime show. As we look across the score right now at 14-0. Chanute set to receive the second half kickoff. And I'm just going to say it how I saw it. Some poor clock management there at the end. Felt like you had a couple of opportunities to call some timeouts and keep that clock rolling. I understand the offense wasn't really rolling in your favor for the majority of the first half, and maybe you were just trying to take it into half, but you got to trust your offense at one point in this game. You're only down by 2 possessions. It's very achievable, and even if you feel like something's not right, you got to have some trust or put a new guy out there. Something's got to change and quick. But you had Chanute's quarterback Chris Harding run for 22 yards. Got brought down at about 35 or so seconds left and could have easily called a timeout at that point in the game. And not only does that stop the clock, would have given Harding some time to rest, gave you some time to draw up a play as well. I just don't quite understand why there wasn't a timeout called. And then you also had, after the illegal man downfield, no timeout called there, which I can kind of see that one. You know, you've only got 19 seconds, maybe just drain the clock off, take one last play. But even then, if you just want to drain the clock and take it to half, just take it to half at that point. Don't risk I mean, they lost the fumble, could have easily risked a scoop and score or a pick six. I just feel like there was a little bit of mismanagement there on that last series from Chanute, and they could have easily walked away with 7 points had things just been a little bit different, I think. But for Louisburg, though, playing some phenomenal defense. They forced a turnover. They've made some great pass breakups. I love the man coverage. The one-on-ones are working out really well here for Louisburg, and I think they should certainly continue. You're pressuring a very mobile quarterback, which is what you have to do, and not only pressuring, but containing. And he's not able to get to the outside, forcing him back inside, back to the linebackers and the defensive backs. It's overall just relatively phenomenal out of Louisburg, and not to mention the offense. Blaise Vose with a 56-yard rushing touchdown, as well as Max Amron with a 38-yard rushing touchdown. The rush game has been the dominant side here for Louisburg, but they've been able to open up the skies as well. I mean, they have really executed very well on all of their passes. Braxton Eastland got a little bit of a bailout for Max Amron on one of the passes, floated up there just a little too long than you would have liked to see on a throwaway from a quarterback, but ended up coming down with it with a teammate. So Eastland did a great job navigating that and hawking that ball, but going forward, I think Louisburg, as long as they just continue to do what they've been doing in the first half, especially defensively, I see no reason that Chanute should walk away with this game. For Chanute's case, though, you got to get something going in the air. Spreading out that defense for Louisburg is going to be key, and you want them to go into zone. You want more than one guy on your receivers at a time. You want that middle area opened up, so if you want to hand it off to Asher Love, he can just take off up the middle and just open up some green space in the middle, as well as Harding for the rushing attack. Harding's the longest play for Chanute right now, 22 yards. That was the fourth to last play in the half. That was 22 yards rushing from Chris Harding, and that's been the longest play so far. Other than that, drive prior, 3 and out, drive prior, 3 and out, 3 and out before, 3 and out before, and then you get to the first drive, which was 9 plays, 8 plays, and then a punt. So lots of 3 and outs for Chanute. Got to start picking up first downs, and you got to start making some forward progress on the run game as well. You're making it way too easy when you're only 1 for 8 in the air for Louisburg. But for Louisburg, doing a great job defending passes. The one-on-one coverage is working. I see no reason why they should switch it up. We're going to go ahead and take another break here, and we'll be right back with stats from the...
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi, Grandma. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to make it today. I have way too much homework, and you don't have enough internet.
Oh, honey, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, I need more internet in my house.
Well, you know, you could have just called, right?
Oh.
Call Go Brawley today.
Maximize your athletic potential with Louisburg Chiropractic. Athletes of all ages and skill levels can improve with the help of Dr. Jake Polzin at Louisburg Chiropractic Center. Shorter recovery times, increased range of motion, and flexibility are just a few of the benefits. Everyone can benefit from chiropractic care, from the pros to gym rats, rec golfers to high school athletes. Let Louisburg Chiropractic Center improve your performance. Call now, 913-837-2910. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your firsts. First checking or savings account, first loan, first business groundbreaking, or your first home. A variety of banking services, expert guidance, and an emphasis on putting you first. First National Bank in Louisburg, 1201 West Amity, 913-837-5191. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Back on for the Louisburg halftime show. Stats in the first half, Louisburg totals 163 total yards. That is 37 receiving and 126 rushing. And Chanute, 66 yards with 65 of them rushing, 1 receiving. They've only had 1 completion on 8 attempts passing. The rest falling incomplete, whether it was drops or deflections or overthrown passes. We've seen a mix of all from this Chanute offense, and that's kind of been, I think that was really the case when you saw that clock management towards the end when 19 seconds started ticking away for Chanute. I think that was the reason that you didn't see them try to press any further, because the pass game just wasn't working. You've got to establish something on the ground if you're the Blue Comets, though. I think maybe switching it up, going to a more condensed formation. If the pass just isn't working, try to just dominate on the run side, run condensed, keep your wide receivers close. I know I said spreading out the defense is going to be to your benefit. Excuse me. I know I said spreading out the defense was going to be to your benefit, but at this point, it's not working. So you got to be able to adapt in some formation and maybe just bring those wide receivers in for some extra blockers and just keeping everything really condensed, maybe opening up the outside, that C gap for the Blue Comets, which we haven't seen them try to get through at all in the first half. It's been a lot of runs up the middle, and I would like to see them try to move to the outside and then maybe dart back inside. I understand that, you know, when you're running a wide-out offense, you want to try to attack the middle because everything's so spread out. I get that, but also you've got to mix it in here and there, or the linebackers are just going to sit in those mid-read zones, and it's going to be way too easy for them to shut things down. So everything's just a little too predictable for Chanute right now. I think you just got to mix in a couple of different plays, a couple different formations. Things could certainly change for them on offense. Defensively, they've been relatively sound, holding Louisburg to 14 points. Both of those touchdowns coming from relatively shortened field positions. We've seen shorter that wasn't executed on from Louisburg, a fumble on the first play when they started their drive on the 38. But other than that, relatively short field position for Louisburg outside of their first drive, which was a kickoff. They haven't seen another kickoff. They've only seen punts since then, and then, of course, the fumble turnover on the last play of the half. So would like to see some deeper field position. The offense has got to get moving for that to happen. And then the defense as well for Chanute looking very good. And I think if they can start Louisburg a little bit farther back, they can start to move a little bit more on defense, get things going. I mean, they could very well hold them scoreless. But for Louisburg right now, it's not about scoring any more points. It's about holding this team off. And this offense is way too predictable for this Louisburg defense. So they've been executing on all of their fronts. The front seven has been absolutely phenomenal, getting into the backfield, pressuring the quarterback on all of his throws. And then the drop back safeties, corners, they've been great as well, batting down passes as well as just laying down some nice hits on run plays as well as on pass plays, forcing some drops. So we'll take one more break here, and we'll be right back for the second half kickoff. You're watching Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vos Pharmacy. Be right back.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.com.
Building a life is different for everyone because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there.
Contact Buddy Shaw in Louisburg for a quote today.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
The Bose Real Estate Group at Keller Williams would like to wish all of our sporting teams success this season. If you're looking for real estate, feel free to contact us. If you're looking for buyer needs or seller needs, we're more than happy to help you with any of your transactions. Feel free to give us a call, 913-963-4076, or you can email us at dougbose@kw.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and go Cats.
Back for the second half of action, where Chanute will be set to return. 12 minutes on the clock. 14-0 after the first half. Louisburg struck first and second. Now Chanute will look to work their way back into this ball game, and there have been plenty of stops. I mean, this has not been an offensive powerhouse game from Louisburg by any means. Chanute's very much in this, which means Louisburg still has to keep things tight on their end. All the gears still have to be moving at maximum capacity. Vose getting set to kick this one off from the close hash. And here we go, starting the second half. As this one bounces in fair play, picked up at the 5, and will be brought out to about the 21-yard line, where Chanute will start their drive, and a player a bit slow to get up on the returner. Looks like number 7, that's Blake Cummings, was a little bit slow on the return, or a little bit slow to get up after the return. As Harding takes the field with the offense, Love joins him in the backfield. Two seniors, as they will hand it off to Love. Love breaks up field, gets across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, good for a pickup of 5 yards on the carry. One of the better rushing plays that we've seen out of Chanute, especially out of Love. He's been a little bit slow on the ground, especially late in the first half. Lots of 3-and-outs, as we stated. Only 2 drives out of the first half were not 3-and-outs. So picking up that early first down could be very valuable for Chanute here. As Harding hands it off again, Love will get wrapped up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Big time play from the linebacker for Louisburg, Jack Pfannenstiel. Actually, I don't know if that was Jack. Maybe, I think it was Bryce Thompson that got in the backfield there. I think I read the number wrong. -2 on the play. And now stuck with a 3rd and 7 here, as Harding fakes the handoff and rolls to his left. Will fire over the middle, has a man off the hands of the intended target, Bo Small. And now Small will head back to the backfield to punt this one away on 4th down. Another incompletion brings up another 4th down and another 3-and-out for Chanute. Not the way you wanted to kick off this first half, or the second half, excuse me. Small, quick punts. This one makes it out past the 40 and trickles its way back inside, as it'll be down at the 42, 41 on the Louisburg side. So now Chanute defense come back onto the field after the offense was just completely mogged. Ameren in the gun. 2 wideouts to his right as he hands it off to Vose, and he goes that direction. Vose will be picked up in the backfield and brought down for a loss of 2 as well. Saw negative plays on the drive out of Chanute, and now a negative play for Louisburg. Louisburg's done very well, though, behind the sticks today, something that they haven't been too proficient at this season. But today, putting together some nice drawn-out plays. It's been very good from the ground and the air. Amron will just run out to his right, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and will be brought down. No gain on the play. Surprised they were in ace formation. Thought they were gonna go to the air that time, and I think that's what they were trying to put the impression on Chanute for, but instead, they just take it up the middle and doesn't quite get where they need it. 3rd and 12 still here for the Wildcats. Ace formation again as Amron's in the gun. He'll drop back to pass and roll immediately to his left. Finds a man downfield as he fires. This one is almost intercepted by the opposing QB, Chris Harding. Almost QB to QB toss, but falls out of the hands and brings up 4th and 12. So almost a mirror image on those two series for the Wildcats and the Blue Comets, as it ends in a completion and two not so great running plays setting it up. And this one almost blocked. Vose took it deep to the chest on the snap, and this one goes a net yardage of about 6-7 yards. See where they spot it. It looks like the 47. And so now Chanute finally finds themselves with shortened field position on the opposing 47. Can't afford a 3-and-out here, but you're in 4-down territory. I feel like you gotta just stick to the run game here. You force an incompletion, you get off track, stick to the run game. If you're Chanute, Louisburg, you gotta be expecting that. But Harding, he's gonna roll out to pass, fires to his right. It is complete, just shy of the 40-yard line. Second completion of the night, and it'll be good for about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 or 4 coming up for Chanute. As Harding found Bo Small, who was the intended target on the prior set of downs, the last drive. See if they can get across the sticks here. Line to gain at the 37. They'll hand it off to Love. Up the middle. Gets across for a first and up to the 35 for about a 5-yard carry. So 5 yards on that play. Chanute picks up a first. Only their second first down since the first drive. Only their 4th first down tonight. Harding in the gun. Ace formation with Love in the backfield. They'll hand it to him. Love makes his way forward, only for about 2, where he's brought down by the defensive line of the Wildcats. 2nd and 8 coming up now for the Blue Comets, and I like the way that they're running this offense now on this drive. Like I said, I feel like you got to stick to the run game. I was surprised to see him open up the pass on 1st and 10, but I think it was just kind of a little bit unexpected, and that's what left Bo Small with some room for that 7-yard reception. Kind of put them on pace, put some momentum in their favor. Louisburg, though, they've got to get back to their roots on what they were doing earlier in this game and really start containing this run game. Harding will scramble out to his left, pushes his way forward, and comes up just shy of the line to gain. We'll mark him a yard short, 3rd and 1 coming up after the 7-yard carry. So now 3rd and 1. See what Chanute draws up with just over 6 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. Down by 2 possessions. Here's Harding under center as whistles are blown right before the snap. And Blue Comets head coach Frazel wants a timeout. So we'll take one with him here on Louisburg Sports Live. Presented by Vose Pharmacy. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Vose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true.
Back on for the 3rd quarter of action. 5:47 remaining in this 3rd quarter as Chanute's putting together a healthy drive here. 3rd and 1 coming up. A 3-back set formed in the backfield as Harding goes under center. Really making sure they get this one, and they barely do. Pickup of 2 to 3 yards on that play gives the Blue Comets a 1st down. Asher Love, primary back for the Blue Comets. He's been workhorse back so far tonight. Harding getting a couple of carries himself with some QB scrambles, as well as one or two designed runs that we've seen so far. 1st and 10, line to gain at the 19, or the 14, excuse me. Clock takes inside of 5:15. Harding hands it off. Love makes his way out to the right, into the secondary. Picks up the 1st down. And just inside of the 10 at the 9-yard line. 15-yard carry for Asher Love. And now we'll see how the red zone offense comes together for Chanute. A little bit of a tightened set. We've got more of a condensed secondary. The safeties playing shorter. Linebackers playing shorter. Run game's a little bit harder to attack, as well as the pass game. You don't have as much field to work with here. Harding fakes the handoff and rolls to his right, feeling the pressure. And will throw this one away. Just shy of the receiver. Intended target was, can't quite catch the number. These jerseys are hard to read. Looks like Kaysen Audis. But that was an intentional throwaway from Harding as he was rolling out and didn't have much room to work with as he was approaching the sideline. 4:35 on the clock with 2nd and goal from the 9. Looking to make it a 1-possession game if they punch in here. Harding gets the snap and rolls to his right. Will get wrapped up. Did he get in? He did. Louisburg was unable to halt him at the goal line. And Harding punches in for the first time tonight for the Blue Comets. Brings it 14-6 as they try to make it 14-7 here. Big PAT coming up. You do not want to have to go for two to tie this game. And they do. So 14-7's the score. Louisburg offense feeling a little bit threatened now as 4:25 remains in the third quarter. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Vose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true hometown pharmacy. Pharmacist Kevin Vose and his team are proud to be part of the Louisburg community, and your health is their top priority. And now with Test to Treat, Vose can provide strep and flu testing and treatment all in one by appointment. Vose continues to be your stop for everyday health essentials and all of your prescription needs. Vose Pharmacy, Louisburg's pharmacy, and proud to support the Wildcats. Call 913-533-7575 or visit vosepharmacy.com.
8 plays for 47 yards out of Chanute. Harding was the one to punch it in from 9 yards out. Puts 7 on the board and cuts the lead in half here as the Blue Comets try to bring this back within reach. Things were looking very grim offensively and defensively here in the postseason opener for Chanute. But now all of a sudden, putting some good looking plays together on that 8-play drive, and lots of hopes coming together. Oh goodness, that was loud. On the return was Lincoln Nielsen. A little bit of a squib kick brings it to the 28-yard line where Louisburg will start their drive. Both teams have been relatively effective with shortened fields. So for Louisburg here on the offense, you want to push this thing as close as you can to the 50. So if you have to punt, you want to pin them inside of their own 20, or at least on their 20. That's been kind of a sweet spot for Louisburg and their defense as they held them to 8 plays on 47 yards. And now Amron tries to move to his right and gets brought down for a loss of 4. Not the play you want to start a drive after your opponent just kind of whittled down your defense and punched in for 7. Run game has been pretty strong for Louisburg. The O-line laying down some nice blocks, but right there you see things just kind of fall apart. And Amron had no room, had about 2 or 3 guys in the backfield. Hard to work your way out of that. Amron drops back to pass, fires to his left. This is complete to Eastland, who gets him back inside of the sticks at the 30-yard line. Good for 6 yards. So now 3rd and 8 coming up after the reception from Braxton Eastland. Amron finds his man quickly at the wide out position outside of the numbers. Now clock ticking down to 3 minutes in this third. With 3rd down now, Amron in the gun. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and gets brought down in the backfield on the sack. An impressive blitz by Carter Naff. And that brings things all the way back home for this Chanute defense. A loss of 7 on the sack. And now punt team comes out for Louisburg, and we saw a bit of a dicey punt on the last try. See what Vose can do here, and this one's not going anywhere either. Rolls to the right, going backwards, and even shorter field position here after a 2nd consecutive 3-and-out from Louisburg. Chanute will start their drive on the 33. Wow, have things turned on their head here at Chanute Community Sports Complex. All of a sudden, 33 yards from tying this game up. And this Louisburg defense could really not be more rattled. Harding in the backfield takes the snap. Looking to pass, fires deep to his left, has a one-on-one through the hands, and a flag comes out late. No way. This will be unbelievable if this comes as DPI. The intended target was Blake Cummings. And it does. DPI. I mean, there was physicality, but I don't know. I've called a range of ages in football, and it seems to be a lot different at the high school level when it comes to pass interference. I mean, you just can't lay a hand on anybody, which I guess as a defensive back, you've got to know that. You know, you've got to be aware that you can't get physical at the end of that pass play. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty. Now on the 18 after an incompletion, which would have had him at 2nd and 10. Harding and company will head back onto the field with a new set of downs. Now, this is basically starting your drive from the Louisburg 18. You're in the red zone. Favorable position. They'll hand it off to Love. Love to the left. Will backpedal his way forward for 5 yards, 5 or 6. And now 2nd and 5 coming up for Chanute. Moving the ball very well following the DPI. Cummings was back on the field on that play as well. Following I think he got the wind knocked out of him in the back of the end zone. Same formation here for Chanute. Now Harding will just go up the middle, make his way to the 10-yard line for a pickup of what looks to be about 3. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 now for Chanute. 40 seconds out from the 4th quarter, holding Louisburg scoreless here in the 3rd. Not only that, but capitalizing on offensive opportunities. We talked about it in the beginning of the game. Creating opportunities was going to be the key to success for Chanute. And this defense has stepped up in this second half, giving them great field position on these last 2 drives. Now 2 yards out from a new set of downs and a 1st and goal. Love will pick it up inside of the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. 8 yards on the carry. Now 4 yards away from the end zone as we head to the 4th quarter. 14-7. 4 yards out from a tie game as Chanute starts to whittle the defense once again. We'll be right back on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vose Pharmacy.
The Vose Real Estate Group at Keller Williams would like to wish all of our sporting teams success this season. If you're looking for real estate, feel free to contact us. If you're looking for buyer needs or seller needs, we're more than happy to help you with any of your transactions. Feel free to give us a call, 913-963-4076, or you can email us at dougbose@kw.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and go Cats.
Looking great right now. Back on Louisburg Sports Live, brought to you by Vose Pharmacy. And question that we were debating during the break was whether or not if Chanute ends up punching in here as they're 4 yards out on, or 5 yards out, 4 yards out on a 1st and goal. Do you go for 2? Do you feel confident enough? I mean, I feel like if you feel confident enough in your offense to be able to score the next drive, you just got to kick the PAT. So I feel like maybe that contradicts it, but who knows? We could see some weird things happen as Love punches in on the next play. 4-yard rushing touchdown for Asher Love. Brings it 13-14. Now another PAT coming up for Chanute, as it does look like they're gonna go for 2. Wow. Very interesting. Maybe not. No, they are. It's gonna be ace formation here for Chanute. Play clock at 3. Gotta snap the ball. They do get it off. Harding rolling to his right, fires to the corner, and it's complete. Chanute takes the lead with 11:58 remaining in the game. 12 minutes of holding Louisburg to complete silence in the 3rd quarter. And just completely flipping the script. Not only that, but taking it a step further on the 2-point conversion. This changes everything here for Louisburg too, because you think about, this offensive drive coming up, your offense can kind of go into that with a mentality of, even if we don't get a touchdown or score on this one, we're tied. We still have a chance. But now this almost feels like a must-get drive. It almost feels like you have to respond, and as quickly as you possibly can, to try and force a kickoff and force a deep field position for Chanute. That has been the downfall. Shortened field position for this offense has given them all the confidence in the world as this kickoff makes its way to the 22. Returned through the returners, drops his head, and gets out to the 45. Matthias Wright maybe had a hole there to return it just a bit farther, but still a healthy return for Louisburg, as that's where they will start, 5 yards from midfield. And like I was saying, you feel like this is kind of a must-get drive. You at least cannot do a 3-and-out. You've got to chew some clock off here and get across the 50 to force a deep punt and put Chanute in some tough field position. Amron goes under center. Flips it to Vose. Vose to the right. Tries to use his legs to get outside, and he'll be wrapped up for a loss of 4. Just about nothing going in favor of Louisburg here. Second half has been all jitters. They've started off each of their 3 drives so far in the second half with a negative yard play. Amron in the gun. Ace formation. They motion a man to the left. Amron drops back to pass. Fires to his left, complete to Giles. Giles gets the first and a couple more on top. Good for 18 yards on the reception. And that's what you needed if you were the Wildcats. Something to go your way, pick up a first down, no more 3 and outs. Flip the script here. Start to push on offense yourself. 1st and 10, line to gain at the 33 in Chanute territory. Vose will take the carry up the middle. Pushes his way forward for about 3 yards on the carry. All of a sudden, getting some deja vu from the first half. This offense starting to come back alive. And all it takes is that one play. I mean, you'd be so surprised at how often you see, especially high school teams, mentality is just such a big deal. Mentality and momentum. These kids have to get out there and feel like it's possible to get the job done. And when you get a play like that, certainly can help. They'll motion Vose out of the backfield. Amron fakes the pass, goes up the middle, and only gets about 2 on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 5 now. Chanute defense also, big kudos to them for stepping up here in the second half. Last 2 drives out of Louisburg were 3 and outs. Not only that, but 3 and outs in pretty okay territory. And then, of course, pressuring the punt team to force some ticky-tacky punts. And now up by 1 after the conversions. Amron darts up the middle and picks up the first. Gets about 10 on the play. Things starting to look up here for the Wildcats as they work their way back to the roots. Love to see it out of Amron and company. Like to see the fake handoffs, designed QB draws, Vose getting some action as well. And not only that, but Giles getting a big catch for 18. Putting them back on track as Getterman gets the touch pass. Jukes his way inside and gets chopped up at the 26-yard line for a 3-yard reception. I said 3. They gave him 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Amron, same formation. Louisburg does not like to go away from this ace formation in the gun. Drops back to pass and rolls to his left immediately. Finds an open receiver, but lays it just shy of the intended target, Ricky Giles. Had Vose on a floater if he wanted to tap that over the linebacker, but it was pretty close to the sideline. That was kind of a dicey throw. Giles was definitely the better target. He just left it a little bit short. But what I was saying is, since Amron was rolling out to his left and has to throw cross body, it can be kind of tough to get that ball 15, 20 yards down the field. So maybe could have had Vose, but comes up incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up. You're in assumingly 4-down territory here. I don't think this is field goal range for Blaze Vose. I could be wrong, though. Here's a screen pass out to Getterman. Getterman tries to jump over a man and is brought back for a loss of 2. Now 4th and 10 for the Wildcats as they'll leave the offense on the field. Looks like 5 wide as I don't see Vose in the lineup. Didn't spot him running off though. Vose is in the backfield, joining Amron. Tight end on his right as well as a wide out. Twins on his left. Big play for both teams. Ameren drops back to pass. It's complete to Giles. Giles starts inside, back to the outside and inside of the pylon for a touchdown. From 4th and 10 to 6 points on the board. 28-yard reception for Ricky Giles. And now, Louisburg will look to go for 2 and put themselves up by 7. 2015, 6:57 on the clock. Driving all the way from the 45. 9 plays for 55 yards on that touchdown drive. Ameren fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, gets wrapped up, but falls into the end zone for the 2 points. 7-point lead, back on top for Louisburg with under 7 to go here in this ball game in Chanute. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vose Pharmacy.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back on Louisburg Sports Live here in Chanute for the first round of playoff football. Blaze Vose looking to kick it away following Ricky Giles' 28-yard touchdown reception and a 2-point conversion. As this one's booted into the end zone, touchback. So Chanute will start on their 20 with 7 minutes to go. About a 5-minute on the dot drive. 5:01 is how long it took for Louisburg to score from the 45, which means that with a methodical drive here out of Chanute, if they end up getting all the way down the field, we'll probably be inside of 1 minute, warranting a big play. Here's a handoff to Love. Love tries to go up the middle and is shut down behind the line of scrimmage. Move him back 2 yards on the carry. As the momentum favors Louisburg coming down the stretch of this ball game. 2nd and 11 coming up. Harding in shotgun, drops back to pass, takes off immediately, gets to the outside, tries to get outside of the defensive back, and whoa! A flag comes in. I don't even know about that because I don't understand what was going on there. Harding was sidestepping in the field of play. I really don't think that was a late hit. It was a 17-yard carry, which will be accelerated by 15, putting them at the 50. but Harding was shuffling along the sideline. He was in the field of play on that, and Ameren came in. I think it was just a misperception because he wasn't giving himself up. He was still just moving in bounds. Harding passes out to his right, complete, and will be out of bounds for a gain of 7 on the reception. I just don't think, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I don't think that was really that late of a hit. I think if it's on the opposite sideline, I don't think it gets called because I think you have that commotion of coaches saying, hey, light him up, he's still in bounds, and it's just a difference in the awareness. But Harding in the backfield, joined by Love, hands it, or fakes the handoff, uses Love as a blocker as he breaks into the secondary inside of the 20, where he goes out of bounds. 23-yard carry from Chris Harding the second. And it'll be interesting once again to see if Chanute decides to go for 2 down the stretch of this ball game, because, you know, I understand you got the first one, right? But do you think it's worth the risk on the second, or do you just feel like maybe your kicker is too inconsistent to risk that being the reason you lose? Inside of 6 minutes. As the offense gets set, play clock winding down, Harding takes a snap, drops back to pass, fires over the middle, it's complete to the receiver, Kemper Manley. Good for 6 yards. So 2nd and 4 coming up. Chanute looking great on this drive after the 32-yard play. Fakes the handoff. Harding tries to maneuver up the middle, picks up the first, gets inside of the 10. And it'll be good for 9 yards on the carry. Down at the 6-yard line. Or not quite 9, I think it was actually 7 yards on the carry. So 1st and goal from the 6. Harding looking to punch in and potentially tie this ball game back up. As he hands it off to Love. Love to the left will get brought down for a loss of 1. A big play as the Louisburg defense steps up in a crucial moment. It actually backs him up 2. So now 2nd and goal from the 8. Like to be a little bit closer if you're Chanute now with shortened field. Pass just doesn't look as tasty as it does when you're on the opponent 40. Just don't have as much room to work with your wideouts, and everything's so condensed. You'd like to get a good rush play here. Harding out to his left, breaks forward and is brought down just across the 5-yard line. They mark him about half a yard right in between the 4 and the 5. Brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and goal from the 5. Louisburg defense, can they hold them 2 more and give their offense the ball as the clock is at 3:15? And we had a jump on the defensive line. This is going to move the ball forward regardless. They only pick up about 1.5 yards, and this one's going to get accepted.
Oh, hi.
2:56, under 3 minutes, as this one's going to be half the distance. So it'll be 2.5 yards. Coach Andrew Harding certainly not too pleased with that outcome. Still third down now from the 3. Harding under center, hands it off to Love, to the right, and into the end zone for a 3-yard rushing touchdown. Asher Love gets his second of the night, and they will line up the PAT. It'll be Sam Wheeler on the attempt. And it's good. Ladies and gentlemen, on Halloween, with 2:52 remaining, we could be staring down an overtime situation. 22-22. 44 points between the two teams. Playoff football certainly underway, as it looks like right now as it stands, Chanute has 2 timeouts, Louisburg with 3. Chanute will probably be a little bit hesitant to call them, at least on the first play. You get 2 really nice plays on defense, assuming warranting catastrophe here on this kickoff, but you get 2 pretty good plays on first and second down. We could see the timeouts start to get called if Louisburg looks like they're trying to chew some clock and take this into OT. A little bit of a squib, makes it out just across the 30 and brought back to the 35, which is where Louisburg will start their drive, 35-yard line. Last time they started on the 45, took them 5:01 to get 55 yards, even with a pretty nice pickup of 17-yard reception and a 28-yard reception. The run game was just a little bit too slow for Louisburg. You'd like to see some fireworks here on this drive specifically. Could even come down to a point where we see a attempted field goal. Vose, ooh, had space, gets tripped up for a gain of 8. That one probably had some fans skipping a beat here on this Chanute side. So 2nd and 2 coming up now for Louisburg as clock ticks inside at 2:20. Hands it off to Vose up the middle, and he'll get snubbed right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to back him up. That's not the right spot. They back him up half a yard. He got back to the line of scrimmage, if not half a yard forward. But they're going to give him -1 on the play. So now 3rd and 3 coming up. Ameren moves forward, trying to get to the first down, and the ball's loose. No way. And Chanute has it on their on the opposing 45-yard line with 1:26 remaining. The Blue Comets have a red carpet laid out for them. Ameren had the first down. Loses the fumble. Now huge field position for Chanute, and they have yet to have a scoreless drive in this, or no, they've had one scoreless drive in this second half, and that was their opener, a 3-and-out. Ever since then, they have had 3 consecutive scoring drives. Love to the right, gets upfield about 2 yards. And the clock will keep ticking. I mean, you got to press here if you're Chanute, right? You want to put this one away. "60 seconds remaining. Harding, joined by Love in the backfield. Fakes the handoff and goes up the middle. A great read gets him inside of the 40 as he picks up 7 on the play. Blue Comets down to the 37 as they call their second timeout. I believe that's their second. They could have, I can't remember if it was them or Louisburg who called the timeout in the first half, and maybe they just didn't change it since the first. No, they only have one timeout remaining. One timeout. Got to pick up the first and then probably run a quick play, because if you don't know, when you pick up the first down, it stops the clock temporarily until the ball is placed. So you get kind of like a half timeout if you pick up the first here for Chanute. Then I'd say right now you're drawing up 2 plays consecutively, assuming you're going to pick up the first. And after that second play, you're probably hoping to be inside of the 30, calling a timeout to draw up another couple of plays, maybe even a spike ball there at the end. We could very well see Chanute's kicker take the field and try for a game-winning field goal here. I'd be surprised if they don't. I mean, I think here with 3rd and 2, you got to run the ball here for the Blue Comets and then go pass. I think that's the equation that you come down to if you're head coach Frazel. Third and 2. 3rd and 1.5 if you want to get technical with it. Harding, shotgun, drops back to pass. Looking and fires over the middle. It hits off of the hands of Bryce Thompson, the linebacker, who almost takes it away. And now 4th and 2 coming up. "41 seconds. You turn the ball over, or if you turn the ball over, you give it to Louisburg on their own 37. If not, you continue this drive. Looks like Louisburg's bringing the house. Harding fakes the handoff out to his left, has space, and nobody in front of him. He's in for the touchdown. 32 seconds remaining, and this place has erupted. Chris Harding with his 2nd touchdown today. Him and Love with 2 apiece. And now Sam Wheeler puts the PAT through. It's good. 32 seconds remaining. Louisburg down by 7. Do you believe in miracles? You need a good return here to give yourself the best chance. You got 3 timeouts though. If you're Coach Harding, things aren't looking too out of hand, and you're surely going for it all here. I mean, this is for the season. Win or go home. Sam Wheeler will look to put this one pretty deep. You want to put it deep if you're Chanute. You cannot give favorable field position to Louisburg. If Louisburg ends up scoring here, they will have all the momentum rolling into overtime. That is, if they take that chance, they may want to go for 2. This one will be received at the 20 by Heinrich. Heinrich has space! No way! Can you believe it? Down the sideline, 80 yards for the touchdown. Cole Heinrich puts it on his back. Unbelievable. I mean, truly unbelievable. 80-yard return, and now a PAT away from tying it up. Blaise Vose. And Chanute wants a timeout. They're going to want to ice it. Wow. Cole Heinrich steps up in a crucial moment. An 80-yard kickoff return. And that's why I was saying you've got to put that deep. I mean, you cannot. That's the one thing you couldn't afford. The one thing. And now, I mean, see a timeout. I would assume you go for the PAT here if you're Coach Harding. No, they're going to go under center for the win. Going for 2 here. Max Amron under center. This could be trying to bait him off sides. And that's what it'll be. Smart call by Harding. I love the gumption to try and draw him off sides, cut it down to a half, and give yourself a chance at the win. So, love the attempt. Comes up short. So nobody jumps on the Chanute side. Great discipline by the boys in blue. And now I would assume the PAT or the field goal team will come back on for Louisburg, but I could be wrong. I mean, this could come back on Chanute. Huge. $20 seconds remaining, no timeouts for Chanute. So they will not really be able to put together a incredible drive unless they have, or a good drive, a methodical drive. No, they're going for it. Max Amron in the gun, ace formation. Here's the snap, speed option, they flip it to Vose. Vose, is he in? They mark him short. Unbelievable. And now it'll be onside kick time for Louisburg. No way. What's the call? They are debating in the end zone right now. And the call stands. There was certainly a case to be made. Vose had an extension with his hands, but it's all a matter of if that hip came down first. I really couldn't tell. There was a group of players right on that line. Still 2 timeouts, though, for Louisburg, so if they do manage to recover this onside, which I'm assuming is what is going to happen here, then they still have time to do something. And what a sad way if this ends up being it. Vose wanting to get his get back after coming up short on the 2-point. And that one's received by Chanute. On the hands team, Decavin Lloyd. No time runs off the clock. And Chanute will start their drive at the opposing 45. And such a disappointing way to end the season. You're up by 14 going into half. Be interested to see if Coach Harding even calls his timeouts here. And he won't. Chanute, dare I say, gets away with a win here on a scary Halloween night. 29-28 final score after a missed 2-point conversion. It wasn't going to go to overtime, folks. Louisburg, they wanted it all on the 3-yard line. We'll take a break here, and we'll be right back with the post-game show. Don't go anywhere.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your firsts. First checking or savings account, first loan, first business groundbreaking, or your first home. A variety of banking services, expert guidance, and an emphasis on putting you first. First National Bank in Louisburg, 1201 West Amity, 913-837-5191. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic. You wanna live free?
Back for the post-game show, brought to you by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Insurance Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both, with offices throughout the area and online at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. An electric ending. I mean, couldn't have gone out with more fireworks than what Louisburg did there at the end, and ends their season 28-29. Final score here in Chanute. A hard-fought battle from the Blue Comets, so I got to give kudos to them. Big plays on defense. They created opportunities there in the second half, and all of their scoring was done in the second half. But an even bigger shout-out to Cole Heinrich. Without the 80-yard touchdown return, not even a chance. So, well, I mean, I say that. Three timeouts, but it was going to be a long shot for Louisburg. He made it a much shorter shot. 3 yards was standing between them and a victory, and they came up about a couple inches short of taking home the victory on postseason opening night. So that will be it for the Louisburg Wildcats football season. Stay tuned for Louisburg Sports Live as we wrap things up here for the coming schedule, as we will have plenty of basketball to cover, as well as spring sports and going so on and so forth. I'm going to get you the final stats here in just a moment, so we'll send it to a short break, and we'll be right back with the final stats of the game.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Final stats of tonight's game, 156 rush yards and 20 receiving for Chanute in the second half. That totals out to, let me add that up real quick, 211 rush yards as well as 21 receiving. Whoa, dark out here in the Chanute Community Sports Complex. And then 17 rush and 47 receiving for Louisburg in the second half. And that was the crux. The 47 plus 37, that adds up to 84 total receiving, as well as 143 rush yards to end their season, falling just short of their average in both categories. We'll wrap things up here on Louisburg Sports Live, brought to you by Vos Pharmacy. Like I said, stay tuned for other things here on Varsity Sports Live, as we'll have the winter and spring schedules right around the corner. The action doesn't stop here at football, so make sure you're supporting Wildcat sports all the way through. This is Drake Miller signing off for now, and we hope to see you guys next time.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.